Well, we may have just got some clarification about one of the more confusing aspects of the Nintendo Switch 2, and that's the physical version of Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. What these are games that already exist on the Nintendo Switch, games like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but they're getting enhancements on the Nintendo Switch 2, and they're selling Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games physically. If you look at the banner at the bottom of the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition of Breath of the Wild, the information reads, includes the Nintendo Switch game and the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition Upgrade Pack. Upgrade Pack also available separately. So to me that reads as it's just going to be the Nintendo Switch game, and then the Upgrade Pack, which I guess is maybe a download code, is the Upgrade Pack on the cartridge. That's where the confusion lies, but we may have just found out the answer to that. Someone actually reached out to the support team of Nintendo to ask this question, and they got a response, and it read, yes, we can confirm that the upgrades will be download codes. And to confirm this even further, on the Nintendo website, in the section where it talks about Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games, it says that after you upgrade, the original Nintendo Switch game can still be played on Nintendo Switch, though the features and content of the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition can only be played on Nintendo Switch 2. To me, that makes it seem like the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition or the upgrades is actually just going to be tied to your account, and it knows that if you're playing it on Switch 2, you get the Switch 2 Edition, but if you're playing it on Nintendo Switch, which I assume that cartridge is just going to be a Switch game, it's just going to be a Switch game. And maybe this is the best way to do it, or maybe the only way Nintendo could figure out how to sell Nintendo Switch games that could also be played enhanced on the Switch 2. I don't know. But to me, it just seems kind of confusing, because I think that if I'm going to the store to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game, I'm not expecting to get an original Nintendo Switch cartridge.